What if I told you your next stunning backyard idea is hiding in your trash? Today, you'll see how bottles, tires, stones, and wood can become something extraordinary. Character borders that make small gardens feel alive. Each of these 19 ideas is more than decoration. It's proof that creativity doesn't need money, only imagination. Welcome to Mind Over Decoration, where we turn forgotten things into art that lasts. This video includes timestamps so you can explore each idea at your own pace. If something inspires you, comment below, share your thoughts, or tell me what you'd create next. And remember, the most beautiful gardens aren't built with perfection, but with heart. Maybe to you, I'm just another face on a screen. But behind this content, there's a real story and a real family. This isn't just a video. It's a piece of my heart. Every like, every comment, every subscribe truly matters. When you hit that subscribe button, you're not just helping a creator grow. You're helping a dream stay alive. You're giving a small family hope, one click at a time. Thank you for being here. Thank you for seeing me. In every small garden, there's a story waiting to be told. Imagine stepping into a backyard where the borders are not made from cold, plain stones, but instead come alive with colorful chickens crafted from old tires. These whimsical planters bring both laughter and life, turning trash into cheerful guardians of your flowers and vegetables. Each chicken is more than just a decoration. It's a creative transformation. With a splash of red, yellow, or white paint, the round curves of a worn tire suddenly resemble a proud little hen. Add a bright orange beak and painted wings, and you have a garden character that makes visitors stop and smile. Inside their hollow frames, marigolds, petunias, or basil grow abundantly, bursting with colors that dance under the summer sun. The beauty of these chicken tire planters is not only in their charm, but also in their purpose. They serve as borders, neatly lining your tiny yard or patio edge, keeping the flower beds and vegetable patches tidy. Each planter becomes a small ecosystem: soil, roots, flowers, and fresh leaves, protected inside a form that once was just trash. For small spaces, this idea is a gift. Tires are durable, weather-resistant, and inexpensive to find. With just a bit of paint, a drill, and soil, anyone can craft their own feathered friends. Place them along a fence, around a patio, or beside a backyard gate, and suddenly your garden feels alive with playful characters. Children love them, neighbors notice them, and you'll feel the pride of giving waste a second life. It's not only about gardening. It's about storytelling, where even an old tire can become a chicken that guards your blooms and makes your tiny yard unforgettable. There is something magical about a garden where even the fence tells a story. Imagine walking through a tiny yard and finding the borders guarded by carved wooden goats, each one with its own playful character. Their horns curl proudly, their eyes shine with humor, and their presence turns a simple fence into an artwork. These goat fence posts are more than just wood. They are pieces of imagination carved into life, bringing rustic charm to any backyard or patio. Each goat, whether left in its natural wood grain or painted in soft tones of white, brown, or black, stands like a guardian watching over your flowers and vegetables. Placed neatly along a border, the goats create rhythm and character, turning plain boundaries into a delightful highlight. A vegetable patch framed by carved goats feels protected, while a flower bed lined with them becomes a stage of colors and smiles. The natural texture of what blends with blooming lavender, daisies, and marigolds, creating a harmony that feels both artistic and natural. DIY lovers will find joy in this project. With simple tools and a bit of patience, you can carve or shape wooden posts into goat heads, adding details that reflect your own style. The fence doesn't have to be perfect. Its charm lies in the handmade imperfections, the rustic feel, the sense that it was built with love. In small gardens, these goats stand tall, making every square foot memorable. Children see them as friendly characters, while neighbors admire the creativity. Over time, the wood weathers under the sun and rain, gaining more character and depth, just like a timeless sculpture. In the end, your carved wooden goats are not just fence posts. They are storytellers, silent companions, and keepers of the garden's playful spirit, turning a backyard fence into something unforgettable. Sometimes, the most ordinary objects can spark the most extraordinary joy. Picture a backyard where the edging isn't made of bricks or stones, but of playful cow characters shaped from old tires. With just a splash of paint and a touch of imagination, these once-forgotten scraps become the heart of your garden's personality. Each tire cow brings its own charm. Some are painted in traditional black and white patches, instantly recognizable as classic dairy cows. Others may carry warm brown tones, resembling a gentle calf standing proudly among the flowers. With big painted eyes and a friendly smile, they look as if they're watching over your garden, keeping it cheerful and alive. These cow characters do more than decorate. Their hollow centers act as strong, weather-resistant planters. Fill them with bright marigolds, cascading petunias, or fresh herbs, and suddenly, your garden border becomes a living artwork. Whether they line a tiny yard fence, edge a patio, or circle a vegetable patch, the cows bring both structure and story to the space. The beauty lies in their simplicity. Tires are durable, cheap, and easy to find. A few strokes of white and black paint, a little creativity for the ears and eyes, and suddenly you've made something neighbors can't stop talking about. Children giggle when they see them, guests take photos, and your backyard becomes unforgettable. In small spaces, these DIY tire cows are perfect. They combine recycling, gardening, and storytelling in one. Each cow stands as proof that what others call trash can be transformed into something delightful and lasting. By turning old tires into cow characters, you not only craft a strong garden edging, but also create a backyard full of personality, where every planter smiles back at you and every border feels alive. In every garden, borders define the space. But here, the borders also tell a story of strength and imagination. Imagine stepping into a backyard and finding a row of rhinos, not real ones, but painted from large stones. Their horns point proudly, their gray bodies stand firm, and yet, they bring a playful charm to even the smallest garden. The magic of these painted rhino stone borders is in their simplicity. Each stone, heavy and steady, becomes a canvas for creativity. With shades of gray and a touch of white, you shape horns and wrinkles. Add painted eyes that sparkle with life, and suddenly, your border feels guarded by gentle giants. Placed around a flower bed, these rhinos become protectors of sunflowers and lavender, creating a border that is both artistic and strong. Along a patio corner, they mark the edge with personality, their sturdy forms blending naturally into the garden's landscape. And when they frame a vegetable patch, it feels as though the rhinos are watching over your harvest, keeping it safe. This DIY idea is more than decoration. It's storytelling with stones. Unlike wood or plastic, rocks are timeless. They withstand sun, rain, and seasons, carrying the painted rhino faces year after year. Some may look realistic, with careful shading, while others are whimsical, with colorful accents that delight children and visitors alike. Creating them is simple yet rewarding. A few large stones, durable paint, and your imagination are all you need. Each stroke adds personality, and no two rhino stones are ever the same. That uniqueness makes your garden unforgettable, a place where nature and art blend together. In small spaces, where every detail matters, painted rhino stone borders bring power and charm. They remind us that strength doesn't always roar. It sometimes smiles quietly from the edge of your garden, painted on the face of a stone. Every garden corner has the potential to surprise, and few surprises are as delightful as finding a row of owls made from old tires. These characters, with their wide eyes and colorful feathers, bring both personality and playfulness to even the tiniest yards. The transformation is simple yet magical. With just a few strokes of paint, a forgotten tire becomes an owl, its round shape forming the body, its curved edges turned into wings. Add large painted eyes, bold patterns, and bright colors, and suddenly the owl feels alive, watching over your garden with silent wisdom. Placed in corners, these owl tire characters serve as more than decoration. They become guardians of tiny gardens, keeping company with lavender, marigolds, or daisies that bloom around them. Their bright colors catch the sunlight during the day, while at night, they stand like cheerful silhouettes against the fence. For small spaces, these owls are ideal. They don't take up much room, yet they completely transform the atmosphere. A plain corner becomes a stage of color and character, a place where visitors pause and children smile. Each owl planter can also hold soil, letting you grow herbs or flowers inside, making them not only whimsical but useful. The joy of this DIY project lies in its creativity. No two owls need to look the same. One can be turquoise with golden wings, another purple with bright yellow eyes. This freedom means every gardener can design their own flock, a collection of owls unique to their backyard. Neighbors will notice, guests will take photos, and your tiny yard will feel extraordinary. Because in the end, It's not just about recycling. It's about giving old tires new life as wise and colorful owls, perched forever in the corners of your garden. Some fences are built for protection, but others are built to tell a story. Imagine a backyard where each fence post is alive with personality. Rabbits carved from wood, their long ears stretching to the sky and their faces glowing with playful charm. Suddenly, the border of your garden becomes more than just a boundary. It becomes a stage where wooden characters greet you every day. These carved wooden rabbits are whimsical guardians. Their tall ears and round eyes seem to listen and watch, as though they're ready to hop into the flower beds. Whether left in natural wood tones or painted in gentle whites and grays, they blend beautifully with the garden around them. Placed along a fence line, they create rhythm and repetition, a parade of characters that makes every corner feel alive. For flower gardens, they provide the perfect backdrop. Tulips and daisies bloom at their feet, while lavender brushes softly against their carved edges. In a vegetable patch, their presence feels even more fitting. Rabbits standing near rows of lettuce and carrots, as if keeping an eye on the very plants they love. The beauty of this DIY idea is that it is both simple and artistic. With basic woodworking tools, you can carve ears, eyes, and noses into ordinary fence posts. Each rabbit becomes unique, reflecting your hand and creativity. Over time, as the wood weathers in the sun and rain, the rabbits only grow more charming, gaining the character of something handmade and timeless. Children adore them, neighbors admire them, and visitors can't help but smile. A fence that might have gone unnoticed suddenly becomes a highlight of the backyard, a playful reminder that even boundaries can be filled with joy. In the end, carved wooden rabbits turn an ordinary fence into a whimsical wonderland, making every small garden unforgettable. There are few sights in nature as breathtaking as a peacock spreading its feathers. Now, imagine capturing that beauty in your own backyard, not with real feathers, but with recycled plastic bottles that shimmer under the summer sun. This is the charm of a DIY bottle peacock fence, where creativity transforms trash into a dazzling piece of art. Each bottle becomes a feather, cut and painted in shades of turquoise, emerald, and sapphire. Arranged in a fan shape, they stretch proudly across the fence, catching light with every movement of the day. The sunlight dances through the plastic, casting shimmering colors onto the ground and nearby flowers. Suddenly, an ordinary fence turns into the stage for a magnificent peacock, its presence felt in every corner of the garden. This idea is more than just decoration, it's a statement. It shows how recycling can create not only usefulness, but also beauty. By turning bottles into feathers, you build something both sustainable and unforgettable. Neighbors passing by will pause, drawn by the sparkle of light and the playful design. Children will point, amazed at the colorful bird that now lives in your fence. Placed above a flower bed, the peacock seems to watch over blooms of daisies, lavender, or sunflowers. By night, with a small light behind, the bottles glow even more brightly, turning your backyard into a magical scene. For small gardens and tiny yards, This decor adds a sense of grandeur without taking up space. Creating it is simple. Collect bottles, paint them in vibrant tones, cut them into feather-like shapes, and arrange them on the fence. With patience and creativity, you'll have a bird that never fades, a permanent symbol of color and pride. In the end, a bottle peacock fence is more than DIY. It's an art piece that brings beauty, joy, and wonder to your garden every single day. Every garden needs borders, but some borders can do more than just separate space. They can bring smiles. Imagine walking into a tiny yard and seeing a row of turtles, not crawling across the grass, but painted onto stones that guard the flower beds. These turtle stone borders transform ordinary rocks into playful companions for your plants. Each turtle is unique. Some are painted in natural greens and browns, their shells patterned with realistic rings and spots. Others are more whimsical, bright reds, blues, or yellows that pop against the greenery. With round eyes and gentle smiles, these turtles look as though they've paused to watch over the marigolds, daisies, or carrots growing nearby. What makes them special is their durability. Stones are strong, weatherproof, and timeless. By adding paint, you don't just decorate. You give personality to something already lasting. Lined along a border, these turtles create rhythm and fun, turning a plain vegetable patch or patio edge into a lively parade of characters. This DIY idea is simple enough for anyone. Pick smooth, round stones that resemble turtle shells, paint them with bold patterns, and add faces with big, cheerful eyes. The result is a garden edging that feels both artistic and personal. And the best part? Each turtle can be different, making the border a collection of mini artworks that reflect your imagination. Children are especially drawn to them, often bending down to meet the turtles along the path. Neighbors will stop to admire, and guests will smile when they see the unexpected charm. In a world where fences and borders are usually plain, painted turtle stones offer a playful twist that's hard to forget. So instead of just edging your garden, why not let a family of turtles do the job? Strong, colorful, and full of life, they remind us that even stones can tell a story. Every garden has its characters, but few are as cheerful as a row of pink piggies smiling from the edges of your yard. These Piggy tire planters bring joy to any backyard, proving that even old, discarded tires can be reborn as something whimsical and useful. Each pig starts as a simple tire. With a splash of pink paint and a little imagination, the round shape becomes the perfect body. Add a painted snout, round eyes, and floppy ears, and suddenly the tire transforms into a playful pig. The hollow space inside is then filled with soil, ready to hold marigolds, petunias, or even fresh herbs. As garden borders, Piggy planters are more than just decorations. They stand in neat rows, lining patios, fences, or vegetable patches, giving structure to small spaces while filling them with laughter. Their bright colors shine under the summer sun, and the flowers they hold burst with life, creating a border that feels alive and unforgettable. For tiny yards or patios, this idea works perfectly. It saves space, recycles waste, and adds humor to the garden. Children especially love them, often running up to touch their noses or naming them like pets. Neighbors will smile when they see a parade of pigs growing flowers at the edge of your lawn. What makes Piggy planters special is their blend of durability and charm. Tires can withstand rain, sun, and time, while the paint adds personality. With each brushstroke, you're not only creating art, but also building something functional that holds plants season after season. In the end, Piggy tire planters remind us that a garden doesn't have to be serious. It can be playful, full of character, and built with love. With every flower that blooms from their backs, these pigs turn your backyard into a joyful story worth sharing. As the sun sets and twilight paints the sky, your garden begins to glow, not from ordinary lamps, but from fish swimming across your fence. These fish aren't alive, yet they shimmer with light, crafted from recycled plastic bottles that have been shaped, painted, and transformed into glowing guardians of your backyard. Each bottle begins its second life as a fish, cut into flowing shapes, painted with scales and blues, greens, and golds, and fitted with small LED or solar lights. They become magical creatures of the night. When lined along a fence, they turn the boundary of your garden into a glowing river, alive with color and imagination. During the day, their bright paint adds charm. The fish gleam under the summer sun, their colors popping against wooden fences or stone walls. By night, the transformation is even more spectacular. The lights within the bottles cast a warm glow, creating patterns that flicker across the grass and flowers below. Placed above a row of lavender or marigolds, the fish lights look as if they are swimming in a garden sea. Along a vegetable patch, they become both decoration and soft illumination, guiding your steps after dusk. Their glow is gentle but eye-catching, making even the smallest patio feel enchanting. This DIY project blends recycling with artistry. Bottles that once held water or soda become luminous fish, giving joy long after their original use is gone. They are cheap to make, sustainable, and endlessly creative. Each fish can be unique, striped, dotted, or rainbow-colored, creating a school of characters that feels personal and fun. In the end, bottle fish fence lights do more than decorate. They bring life to nights, delight to visitors, and wonder to your own heart, proving that even trash can shine as brightly as the stars above. A garden fence is often overlooked, but with a touch of imagination, even the simplest boundary can become unforgettable. Imagine a backyard where the fence posts don't end in plain wood, but in the friendly faces of dogs, carved with care to bring joy to every visitor. Each dog-shaped fence end is a little guardian, smiling down on the flowers and vegetables below. Some have floppy ears, some perked up as if listening, and each one carries the personality of a beloved pet. Painted in warm browns, soft creams, or left in natural wood tones, they blend perfectly with the colors of summer blooms and greenery. Placed along the edges of a patio or tiny yard, these wooden dogs give the garden a welcoming character. The flower beds they border, daisies, marigolds, or lavender seem brighter under their watchful eyes. In a vegetable patch, they stand like loyal protectors, keeping the carrots, lettuce, and tomatoes safe. The charm of this DIY idea lies in its blend of art and simplicity. With basic carving tools, an ordinary fence post transforms into a sculpture. The imperfections add to the charm, making each dog unique, just like real pets. Over time, the wood ages gracefully, giving the dogs more character as the seasons pass. Children adore them, often pointing out their favorite puppies along the fence. Neighbors can't help but smile when they see the line of dogs watching from your yard. And for you, they are daily reminders that a garden isn't just about plants. It's about joy, creativity, and the stories we carve into the spaces we love. In the end, dog-shaped fence ends turn an ordinary backyard into a place full of character, where even the boundaries wag their tails in welcome. Strength, wisdom, and gentle charm. These are the qualities elephants bring to mind. Now picture them, not walking across a savanna, but lining the edge of your garden, painted lovingly onto stones that once had no story at all. Painted elephant stone edging transforms simple rocks into guardians of the backyard, full of character and life. Each stone carries a different elephant. Some are painted in classic gray, with long trunks curling proudly and tusks shining white. Others take inspiration from tradition, with colorful blankets painted across their backs in shades of red, blue, or gold. The variety makes the border lively, turning an ordinary edge into a parade of elephants, each unique and full of personality. Placed along a flower bed, the elephants look as though they are strolling gently past marigolds, lavender, and daisies. Around a patio, they create a playful yet strong boundary, their presence both decorative and grounding. And when arranged around a vegetable patch, they seem to watch protectively over the harvest, adding both charm and order. The beauty of this DIY project lies in its accessibility. Stones are abundant and durable. With just a bit of paint and creativity, you can give them life that lasts through seasons of sun and rain. Unlike plastic or wood, stones age gracefully, carrying the painted elephants year after year with only more character as time passes. Neighbors will stop and smile. Children will point excitedly, and your backyard will feel like a miniature wildlife sanctuary. These elephants are not just art. They are companions to your flowers and vegetables, storytellers etched in color and shape. In the end, painted elephant stone edging proves that even the simplest materials, rocks under our feet, can be transformed into mighty creatures that bring joy, imagination, and beauty to any small garden. There is something magical about the sound of water in a garden. But what if that pond is not just edged with stones or bricks, but with a row of smiling frogs made from old tires? The frog tire pond border transforms a simple backyard feature into a playful scene full of life and character. Each frog begins as a discarded tire, painted green with bold spots, fitted with large cartoon-like eyes and wide painted smiles. They take on personalities of their own. Some sit quietly, watching the pond, while others double as planters, holding petunias or herbs that spill over their round shapes. Together, they turn the pond's edge into a stage where creativity and nature meet. The pond itself becomes more than water. Surrounded by frog planters, it feels like a tiny sanctuary. Goldfish dart under lily pads, dragonflies hover above the surface, and the frogs stand as cheerful guardians. Whether placed in a tiny yard or a larger backyard, the effect is enchanting, creating a centerpiece that captures attention. This DIY idea is as practical as it is whimsical. Tires are strong, weather-resistant, and easy to find. With paint and a bit of imagination, they transform into frogs that will last through many summers. Add some plants inside or around them, and the frogs become not just decorative, but living parts of the garden. Children adore them, often gathering near the pond to watch fish and frogs together. Neighbors will smile when they see the unexpected green characters lining your water feature. And for you, the joy lies in knowing you've turned waste into wonder, giving old tires a second life that brightens your outdoor space. In the end, the frog tire pond border is more than recycling. It's storytelling with water, color, and laughter, making your garden pond a magical place to rest and dream. Every garden has visitors, but what if butterflies could stay forever, fluttering across your fence in a rainbow of colors? That's the charm of bottled butterfly fence decor, where recycled plastic bottles take flight, transformed into delicate wings that brighten even the smallest backyard. Each butterfly begins as a simple bottle. Cut carefully, the plastic wings open wide, ready to carry painted patterns in vibrant shades. Orange and black mimic a monarch, while blues and purples shimmer like rare garden jewels. When sunlight shines through them, the translucent plastic glows, casting colors that dance across the fence and flowers below. Arranged along a wooden or wire fence, the butterflies appear as though they are mid-flight. Some climb upward, others cluster together, creating the illusion of a gentle swarm. Their presence makes the garden feel alive, playful, and full of motion, even on still summer days. Placed above a flower bed of daisies, marigolds, or lavender, the butterflies seem perfectly at home. Along a patio corner, they provide both charm and surprise, making guests stop and admire their whimsical detail. And in a tiny yard, they add depth and delight without taking up precious space. The joy of this project lies in its simplicity. Bottles that might have been trash become art with just scissors, paint, and imagination. Every butterfly can be different, reflecting your creativity and the colors you love most. Over time, you can add more, filling the fence with a kaleidoscope of wings. Neighbors will notice, children will smile, and you'll feel pride in knowing you've turned recycling into beauty. Because in the end, these butterflies aren't just decorations. They're symbols of transformation, proof that even the simplest materials can take flight and bring wonder to your backyard. Every garden deserves an entrance that feels like an invitation, a welcome not just to a space, but to a story. And what better way to greet visitors than with the proud figure of a rooster carved into your garden gate? Strong, colorful, and full of character, the rooster becomes a symbol of energy and life every time you walk into your backyard. The rooster gate is more than wood and hinges, it's art. Each carving captures the proud stance of this barnyard guardian, its head lifted high, its beak open as though greeting the morning sun. Painted in shades of red, gold, and orange, the rooster stands out against the rustic wooden gate, its feathers glowing as the light shifts throughout the day. Placed at the entrance of a tiny yard or small patio garden, the rooster becomes both decoration and symbol. It represents the dawn of a new day, the start of growth, and the pride of creating something with your own hands. The flowers and vegetables beyond the gate feel more alive, as if blessed by the rooster's watchful presence. This DIY idea combines craftsmanship and creativity. With a bit of carving, or even attaching a pre-carved wooden rooster, the gate transforms instantly from ordinary to extraordinary. Leave the rooster natural for a rustic touch, or paint it boldly for maximum impact. Either way, it creates a focal point that neighbors and guests won't forget. Children will run to touch it, adults will stop to admire it, and you'll feel joy every time you push the gate open. The rooster doesn't just decorate, it celebrates, crowing silently with pride at the entrance of your garden. In the end, a rooster carved wood gate isn't only about fencing. It's about creating a grand welcome, where every visit begins with a touch of color, character, and timeless charm.